Address some important conversations happening across the WNBA, including remarks made earlier this week by Nafisa Khalid.
Nobody was ready for what happened when the WNBA Commissioner allegedly found out about a simple ad and absolutely lost it. This was supposed to be just another Caitlin Clark sponsorship, but it turned into total chaos behind the scenes. Emergency calls, tense boardrooms, and a whole lot of awkward silence. Here's the kicker: the ad was totally fine. What it really hurt was the league's pride. Stay tuned, because the fallout tells you everything the commercial actually didn't.
Waiting on, of course, Caitlin Clark now has her own brand logo with Nike, and everybody's been like, where's the love? Where's the rest of the love been? We've been very critical of Nike on this channel for that. I would have loved to have seen Caitlin Clark say, you know what? I'm going to get away from my agent. I'm going to get away from Nike. I'm going to go with somebody else. Agent and brand representation for shoes and other athletic products.
Christmas Day is usually off limits. Not in a religious way, but in that business sense where you expect your inbox to stay empty and your phone to stop buzzing. It's the one day corporate leaders can pretend their year-long disasters are on pause for 24 hours.
Utmost respect for Nafisa and for every single player in our league. They are at the center of everything we do. I was disheartened to hear that some players feel the league and me personally do not care about them or listen to them. And if the players in the W don't feel appreciated and valued by the league, then we have to do better and I have to do better. We know how great these players are on and off the court, how much they mean to our league, our fans, and our communities. If they don't feel that, I will do everything I can to change that. No one should ever doubt.
The WNBA's top brass was counting on that break. After months of record-breaking views, non-stop drama, and Twitter wars that felt more like celebrity feuds than sports talk, they needed a breather. For them, silence felt like a lifesaver.
Nike, giving us a commercial, stirring up some buzz, giving us a potential release date, a time frame for when her shoe's going to come out, her signature collection already slowly starting to trickle out.
The plan was simple. Let the media talk about NFL scores, NBA Christmas games, and people's weird holiday outfits instead of WNBA drama. But then Nike showed up at 10 a.m. sharp and decided peace and quiet was overrated.
So today, this is dropped on Christmas. They waited to Christmas. I assume this will probably come out during NBA basketball today. Caitlin Clark's quote from Anywhere Nike ad features Travis Scott and the Kelsey brothers. They are in this ad. We're one step closer to Caitlin Clark's signature shoe unveiling. But before that, the moment has arrived in 2026. Nike has released the first official spot centered around the women's basketball superstar.
This didn't come from the league or any team accounts that could be managed or toned down. Nike went straight to the public with a polished, bold 30-second statement with Caitlin Clark front and center. Just like that, a peaceful morning turned into a total crisis at League HQ. This wasn't your average shoe ad. This was Nike saying they're playing by their own rules.
First official Nike ad for her merchandise line for the CC logo with all of it dropped, and it is so good. And then they went and dropped a second one. They're both on her Instagram. I'm going to show you some of the first. First of all, it features some heavy hitters. Second of all, the way that it features so many places that were important to Caitlin Clark is just so thoughtful and incredible. Her neighborhood in West Des Moines, the University of Iowa, the Indiana Fever, the new high spot, like everywhere. Let me show you.
So, why did one ad send the commissioner into a holiday panic? You have to understand how the WNBA has always worked. For years, it's been about the collective. The brand comes first, and everyone is promoted equally. Theoretically, because no one player should be bigger than the league. It sounds great on paper, but that logic crumbles when a real-deal superstar walks in. Enter Caitlin Clark, holding a Nike-branded wrecking ball. This wasn't just marketing. It felt like a movie trailer. High-end visuals and cameos from people rich enough to buy the whole league without blinking.
Dick's Sporting Goods giving Caitlin Clark her own part of the website. We've been on Nike's neck as of lately. Dare I say, this actually shows some creativity. Dare I say this, Caitlin Clark is proof that you can make it from anywhere is brilliant. Let's take a look. Make it from anywhere, of course. Of course, at face value, anywhere on the court. She's hitting look.
What was missing from the ad was just as loud as what was in it. No league logos. No support the W slogans. The spotlight was on one person and one vision. She doesn't work for the system. She is the system. That's why people got so mad. When your job is to keep everyone in line, seeing a major sponsor basically say your permission is irrelevant feels less like an ad and more like a middle finger.
Caitlin Clark's shoe is on her way. Yesterday on Christmas, Nike finally dropped a commercial featuring Caitlin Clark and her new Nike logo. Last year, she signed an 8-year deal for $24 million with Nike, which includes a signature shoe. And then we hadn't heard anything about it for forever. Now she's finally getting a commercial showing her shoe is on the way. And while the commercial's not up to like Asia Wilson levels of fun, it's still a cute little commercial featuring shooting her signature logo 3, stating from anywhere, meaning she can shoot from anywhere. And the commercial has a cute little Easter egg featuring like her upward team from when she was a kid, her driver from where she used to practice all the time.
There were zero visual cues that she's part of a larger league. The ad was purely about Clark. Her driveway, her skills, her world. The message. Her influence is bigger than any stadium or organization. The slogan, from anywhere, wasn't just a catchy line. It was a warning. And league execs felt it like a freight train. The old gentleman's agreement, where sponsors and leagues work hand in hand. Nike just ripped that up. To make matters worse, she had recently turned down a massive league-endorsed project for a lot of money, choosing her own path instead.
Been waiting on this one. We have been waiting for Caitlin Clark to make her return to the Kelsey Brothers New Heights podcast. She made her way back and talked about her new sneaker that's going to be dropping. They're going to be better than Jordans, better than Kobe's, all of that. All of that. I can't wait to get mine. I can't wait.
But the one thing I'm frustrated with is I think she has the worst marketing team ever. I've never seen a marketing team that allows a player to completely alienate her consumer base. Guys, I didn't watch a shoe commercial. What I watched was Nike still trying to do a diversity commercial.
Back then, people said she was making a mistake or being selfish. Then Christmas morning hits, and Nike's ad kills that narrative in 30 seconds. The numbers were devastating. Clark's ad got more engagement in a day than the league's entire competing project got in its whole launch. It wasn't even close. It became impossible to ignore. The league didn't make her. She's the one carrying the league. And once you realize that, your leverage in negotiations goes out the window.
The comeback, well, kind of. It's not like Caitlin Clark fell off or anything, but she was just absent for so much of 2025 after the huge 2024. And it seems like things are lining up for her to have a massive 2026. There's really 3 reasons behind that. I'll go through them one after the other. But the first reason is the Nike collab, right? We've seen the commercial. It's, I feel like, going to go down as one of those iconic spots that people will remember for a long time.
For a commissioner trying to grow a league, this is the nightmare scenario. Now, every agent and negotiator has proof that the big money exists. It's just not flowing through the league's office. Team owners weren't happy either. When your biggest star becomes a global phenomenon and you don't see a dime of it, things get awkward fast. Other veteran players also felt the sting. Seeing a rookie get the legend treatment while they get the basic package. Whether it's fair or not doesn't matter. In marketing, perception is everything.
I've been patiently waiting for the Caitlin Clark sneaker since Iowa. Honestly, we've been waiting since Iowa. I don't know what took Nike so long. Maybe she'll break it down. I feel like they should have had her signature sneaker ready to go for her rookie season. Like, it should have been ready to go. She should not have had to wait until year 3. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Y'all put the Caitlin Clark stuff on hold because of an Asia Wilson sneaker? We know why y'all did it. Y'all didn't want outrage. I get it.
Imagine being a veteran who's been grinding for years. only to watch a rookie get the red carpet treatment from Nike. You don't need logic for bitterness to grow. You just need to see the inequality. The commissioner was already trying to keep the peace during a chaotic season, and this ad didn't just tip the scales, it broke them. Now, every hard foul or social media post is viewed through the lens of jealousy and favoritism. When the game becomes more about the drama than the hoops, the product suffers. The commissioner had another diplomat's nightmare. How do you keep veterans happy when the future is being marketed as totally separate from the foundation? Then there's the personal stuff. The league once made a comment about gratitude, and this ad was the perfect response. Without saying a word, Clark proved she doesn't owe anyone a thank you. She brings the audience. She brings the sponsors. When the conversation shifts from does she fit the league to does the league deserve her, everything changes. The commissioner knows this, which is why the anger was so intense. It's easier to be mad than to admit you're losing control. The real irony, this ad didn't create the problem, it just exposed it. The fury wasn't about shoes. It was about realizing the power had shifted ahead of schedule. Christmas was supposed to be quiet, but instead it sent the loudest message of the year. The league can preach teamwork all at once, but the fans have already chosen their star. From here on out, the WNBA isn't making the moves. They're just reacting to them.